Hey guys, this is Tycoon, episode 2, and for this episode, I would like this to be more of a status update, because I've decided that playing this game on camera is quite difficult, because there's a lot of waiting, and not a lot of doing things a lot of the time, and it's more fun, say, to watch like a TV show and play this game at the same time than it is to talk over it. But, yeah, pretty much I'm here to just showcase my airline, so you guys could mimic pretty much what are the pretty much steps and things that make airlines successful in this game. So first of all is minimum seating on your airplanes, and second of all is maximum pricing to maximize the profit. Look, this is a 707 making 5.5 million a month, and this is in a down month. It's October. It's not like a summer month or something like that. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pick the biggest monopoly routes you can find on the map and put airplanes between them. It is obviously easier said than done, but I'm just going to give you a quick showcase about how to do it. Now, so pretty much just click every single big city, and you will eventually find a route which is not taken. Now, for example, Beijing to Xiamen. Now, this is not a great route if you are looking to fly a 707, because these cities are not big enough. But what this route is big enough for, or more than big enough for, is for flying a Tu-124, because a Tu-124 is a small aircraft. Now, given that I do not have enough spaces in the airport to actually do that route in Beijing Airport, I'm not going to be doing that. But that is just pretty much an example about what you would do to find a good route. Literally, click every single city. Like, for example, I immediately see Seoul to Busan is not taken, but unfortunately, I have no space in Seoul, so I can't even take that. And my Tokyo slot request is glitched too, so I can't take that either. So I have to wait, in other words. Now, for example, Chicago, I've already seen this route. That is a good route. New York to any city of 300. That's a good route. So yeah, pretty much just click all the big cities and find all the cities which could possibly connect to them, and you will occasionally find a big route. Now, given that this is 1961 and already most of the big short-range routes are gone, um, you don't actually have to use big routes to make big money. You can also use smaller routes as long as they have a certain amount of numbers in them. For example, Chicago. Chicago to Minneapolis. Minneapolis is a very small city, as you can see. 300 in total stat points, while Chicago has about 730. So, why this does work, though, is if you add them up, the number is very high, so that does allow you to make a very, very profitable small aircraft route. I highly recommend using the smallest aircrafts you have available, because the smaller aircrafts make more money relative to how much they cost, and thus will increase your value at a higher rate than buying bigger aircraft would, even if the bigger aircraft make more money. Now, if that didn't make any sense, that is okay, as long as you literally just follow that advice and use whatever aircraft size is appropriate for the route. For example, my 707s fly most of the biggest routes I own, and then the Tupolevs are mostly on smaller routes. There are some really big routes, obviously, which I'm flying Tupolevs on because I haven't had a chance to get 707s for those routes. For example, here I'm flying, where was it? I saw it earlier. Atlanta to Houston is flying a Tu-104 when it could easily support the passenger load of a 707. Dallas to Charlotte, Paris to Venice, Houston to Charlotte. These could all be 707s if I wanted. So pretty much it's about picking the correct airplane size for the route and picking the best route available at the time. So I should really be keeping my slot requests busy, because it is indeed difficult to acquire enough slots to really accomplish anything in this game. So anyways, on to my financial report. Here it is, 121K in 1961.10. That's, I guess, a pretty good benchmark if you guys want to know how you're doing. I'd say the rate at which I'm growing is one which is quite hard to match, and if you can match it, it is probably a quite ideal rate of growth. So if you guys want to figure out where you are, pretty much what I would consider is a good financial earnings report is if you look at your value and your net profit should be at least 5% of your value before 1970, and at least say 4% of your value after 1970. If your financial report in terms of net profit is above 8%, you're growing very, very quickly, and that is the ideal way to start the game. Now, as you can see, 10% of my value would be 1.7k, so I'm not quite there, but 5% would be only about, say, I'll just round to 90k, so I'm right in between those two numbers, so I'm growing at a good 6-7% of my value per turn. So that is a very, very ideal rate of growth, and if I manage to continue that, which I most likely will not, but say I do, then the value and size of my company is going to truly, truly skyrocket. Now, pretty much what I'm going to be doing is just continuing this, finding little routes for these little airplanes. I'm using little ones because it's a lot easier to find routes for them, and they allow me to lease more larger aircraft like 707s from my other routes, which I got earlier game. Wow, is that too far? Apparently that is too far. So I'm gonna have to do other routes. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I'll update you guys next year in this game, I guess, which would be tomorrow for me. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.